Hello. So I've done acid twice, and I don't know how many fucking UGs the tabs were, so don't fucking ask. The first time I took a paper tab, second time I took a gel tab, I literally knew not that much about acid. I just knew that I'd probably have a good time because I have really, really good and open mindset regarding drugs. Like I'm not scared of drugs. And I had smoked. I had been smoking nearly daily at this point, so I had experience with like somewhat of a distorted perception or distorted reality a little bit. So I felt prepared, and I was prepared. Like both of them were extremely amazing experiences. The only thing that I knew about acid was that paper tabs were weaker and gel tabs were more potent. I didn't even know what a UG fucking was. Like I literally did not. I just knew that I thought it was like paper tabs bad or not paper tabs bad. Paper tabs weaker, gel tabs stronger. Like that's all I knew about acid, okay? So the first time I did a paper tab because that's all I had. My friend went to Colorado and their friend had a shit ton of acid and so he was trying to get rid of it, so he gave them a few tabs. And so yeah, we did it. And I actually did it at school the first time. I took it at lunch. And the come up, I felt so giggly. If I had to guess, I'd say it was like 90 UG from what I've read. And the second time was probably around 110 to 150 UG from what I've read. So yeah, the first time on the come up, I was very, very giggly, very, very giggly. And I literally could feel, like, towards the end of the school day, I was in my seventh period, and me and my friend had met up because we were in the same seventh period. We were laughing uncontrollably as soon as we met up. And I don't really remember anything that happened before that. To be honest, it didn't really kick in until my seventh period, until like later in my sixth period and then my seventh period. But in my sixth period, I was just giggly and having a good time, honestly. I didn't see anything like any visual things, but I wasn't really looking for them. I wasn't focused. The only thing I saw was everything was so bright. Like everything looked so much better. Like the world just looked better and everything was just like beautiful. I don't even know, bro. Okay, so in my seventh period, um, me and my friend were sitting there and we noticed how we literally bend or like shift the energy in a room, like in the classroom. Like what we did, anything that we did would literally like change the whole vibe. And it was so weird. Also that part about the visuals was a lie. I just remembered. In my seventh period, the tables, like wooden tables, we were so like, oh my god, they look so cool, you know? My eyes were big as fucking saucers. I'm surprised my teacher didn't notice anything. And it was probably the worst day for me to do acid because we were doing presentations and those boys went up into their presentation and the class is women's studies. And their presentation was so fucking bad and we just couldn't stop laughing. They were reading off the slide, like reading right off the slide, but the slide had horrible grammar. It was like, so you know what I mean? Women were mistreated and stuff like that. It was bad. Like they were, we just couldn't stop freaking laughing. And our teacher was like, guys, shh, 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 shh. She obviously did not know we were on acid, but like I feel like she probably suspected we were on something because we were laughing so damn much. And also our eyes were big as saucers, but I don't know if she noticed that. But yeah. So then after seventh period, the bell rang and we were dismissed and we actually took it at lunch with a third friend. So we went to look for her and as soon as we met up, we just hugged and it was beautiful. We were just like so excited to see each other. And I actually had to drive while I was on acid, but I'm a very good driver and I didn't have to drive that far and I really didn't want to drive. And I put off driving for as long as possible. Um so yeah, getting out of school after the bell rang was hell. Cause like there was a shit ton of people at my school, like 3,000 people at my school. So the downstairs of my school is like swarmed. So we had like linked arms and we were just like our objective was just to get to my car. That was just our objective. Get to the car, get to the car. And it was so overwhelming, but we just like had our arms linked and we were like, we're getting to the car, we're getting to Taz. And we just kept repeating that. And we were just walking through people giggling. Like people were looking at us like, what the fuck? And we were like, like giggling, the whole shabam. So yeah, we finally get to my car and I only had to drive like a little tiny distance, like literally like I don't even know. It was not far. It was like literally like a quarter of a mile, probably not even. So there's like a park right next to my school and like everyone goes there to hang out after school, that type of shit. So I drove a little like quarter of a mile, not even, to get to the park right next to the school. Oh no, wait, no. I don't really remember like everything's kind of fuzzy when I try to remember it. I don't remember the time of events, so I'm just gonna say it how I remember it best. So I drive to the park and we get out and we go on the playground and it was so fun. Like our inner child was just coming through. Yeah, we went to the park. We were like, we love acid. We love acid. Like, we're like, you're so pretty. Like, stuff like that. We saw this like hippo thing at the park and it was like an open hippo. And on the inside, it had like the organs and it was labeled and it had it in English and Spanish. And we thought that was so cool. And we were like entranced by this hippo. We were sitting on it and we were like, I love this hippo. And it was like, it was cool as fuck, low key, like sober. It's cool as fuck. Like, it was like open and it had like all the organs like labeled and we were like, we loved it. Went on the swings. There was a kid, so we dipped. We There was like this leaf and we were like entranced by the leaf. I took a picture of it. We went in my car, we just chilled in my car and there was like I had this tie-dye blanket and we were like entranced by it. Just like vibing. Then we decided to go back to the school because I had to pee or someone had to pee. So we decided to go back to the school. So we go back to the school. We're talking about like how weird reality TV and like movies are because we're like watching people do shit that we can do. I don't know. It was like it made sense on acid, but obviously it doesn't make any fucking sense now. But it made sense on acid. And we were like, it's literally just watching people do what we do. And we went in this bathroom at my school. It's like in the gym. And it's like a huge ass bathroom. It has like a million stalls. And they didn't know that it existed. I knew it existed. I was a junior and they were sophomores. So because of COVID, they had never seen this because the gym, like nobody used the gym bathrooms because of COVID. And so they had never seen it and they were like amazed by these fucking bathrooms. And I recorded them being like, bro, sophomores don't know that this bathroom exists. What the fuck? But yeah, the bathroom, it felt like it was never ending. Like we kept going in circles around it. And it's such a huge bathroom. And it literally felt like it was a never ending bathroom. And we were like running around the bathroom and we were looking at our eyeballs in the mirror. Mine were super freaking big, like yeah, like, and we were like, we love our eyes. And my friend, I was like, your eyes are so pretty. And she was like, I love brown eyes. And I was like, I love your eyes. And we were just like entranced by our eyes. And my friend Alex has red hair. And they were wearing like a green sweater. And we were like, Alex, you look like a strawberry. And then I had to drive them home after like a while. I don't really remember what happened in between that, but we were having a ball. Okay, so I drove my friend Allie home, and she started crying because she really, really did not want to go home. And I understood. Like in that moment, I don't know why, but I just understood, and I saw myself in her, and I started crying. I was sobbing, and Alex was like my best, best, best friend at the time. And I really hate showing my emotions in front of other people. Like, I'm a very emotional person. Like, I cry a lot, but not in front of other people because I just hate it. And I like to be like the therapist, mom friend. So I don't like when my friends see my emotions because then I feel like I'm vulnerable and I can't take care of them because I'm so emotional. So I was like, I'm sorry, I'm crying. Like, like, after my friend Ali left, I was like, I'm sorry, I'm crying. Like, you never see me cry. And they were like, it's okay. It's just like weird, you know? And I was like, yeah. And they were like, I don't really understand why you're crying. And I was like, it's just like Ali. I just see myself in them. I don't know. It was like a whole thing. And driving was actually surprisingly not hard. I was kind of like really worried about it because I never want to drive while I'm intoxicated. It was like literally unavoidable. So I was like really nervous about it. So I made sure I was super focused on it. You know what I mean? But it actually didn't impair my driving whatsoever. Obviously, when I do acid in the future, I'm not going to drive if I can help it. But I literally had to drive, so please no judgment, you know. But yeah, it wasn't hard at all. Um, and I took my friend home, my friend Alex home, and then I went home, and I just remembered like thinking a lot, you know, nothing of like real substance, just having a lot of thoughts that were very like amusing to me. Like I wanted to be a girl named Julian. That was one of them. Like I just had a lot of thoughts that were like amusing to me. I don't even know. And I went home, I took a shower. The shower was legendary. I listened to Mac Miller in the shower and it was just really good experience. Um then I saw my friend later and we smoked, and my friend Alex later, and we smoked, and it like reactivated the acid. I was like coming down off of it and it like reactivated it. Not like fully. Like I just felt super euphoric and had the same type of thoughts that I was having on acid, but like I could still drive and everything like that. And I wasn't expecting, because I was like basically off the acid. I was not expecting it to like reactivate the acid, so that's why I was driving. So yeah. Um so that's my first time doing acid. Then my second time doing acid was a gel tab, and it was a lot more stronger than that. And that was with my friend Delilah. And so we got the acid. We go inside and we decide that we want to walk. So we take off our shoes and we leave the house and we just walk barefoot. We walked around a lot, and the way I knew I was tripping was because I started seeing the carpet like pulsating, and I was like, okay, I'm feeling it, you know? So, oh, and also keep in mind, I had a dog bite on my lip, and it was like very recent, like probably less than a week. And I had to get surgery on it. Like a chunk of my lip came out. So, like, it was like open blood, like chunk of my lip off of my face, stitches in my lip. And when I looked in the mirror and I like put on the cream for my dog bite, I could literally see it pulsating in the mirror. It was fucking crazy. And I started to see it like healing itself. And this was not like an illusion, because literally, like Delilah said it too, my dog bite healed so much throughout the night, like so much quicker than it had ever healed before, which is really weird. It was like healing my dog bite. Like my body was healing itself so quickly, and I could see my lip regenerating. It was the oddest thing. Anyway, back to the original part of me walking barefoot. Again, I don't remember the like time of these actions. Actually, I think before we started walking, we were on a FaceTime with Delilah's ex, who became my girlfriend later, now my ex. Not in a negative connotation. We're friends. But anyways, um we were on FaceTime with them and we were trying to tell a story, but we kept laughing. So I went so I went into the closet to stop us from laughing so that they could tell the story. And then Delilah started laughing because I was in the closet, so that I left the room so they could tell the story. And then I came back in. I think after that we walked, but it might have been, I don't fucking know the timeline. So yeah, but we walked barefoot like all over. We went to my old neighborhood because I really wanted to go there. I don't know why. Um, and I could feel the energy of trees. Like I understood tree huggers in that moment. I could like literally feel the energy of trees. So I was going up to trees and hugging them. And we saw this tree And it was like, to me, it was like a mother tree. It was like a mother tree. And we went on the tree, and Delilah starts crying. And I started tearing up too because this tree's nurturing energy was just so fucking powerful. Like, we just felt like it felt like the tree was giving us a hug. And we were just on the tree. I wasn't hugging the tree at that point, but it felt like the tree was giving us a hug. And that was the first tree that I saw that I could feel the energy of. And after that, I decided to hug trees so I could feel the energy of them. But we started like crying on this fucking tree because it was just so like nurturing, and it just had such a motherly like energy. It just had such a motherly energy. So yeah, so we walk further, and I really wanted to go to this super pretty spot, but it was really hard to go to at night because it's super dark. So we didn't end up going there. We went to this like basketball court near a park, and we were like, some shit. We could feel the energy of everything. We were like, some shit has gone down here, okay? Some shit has gone down. And we could just feel it. And then I saw this tree, and I wanted to hug it because I had been hugging trees. So I went and I started to climb on it, and immediately the negative fucking energy of this tree just like literally like made my vision like blurry. Like it was like fuzzing up. And then Delilah touched the tree, like before I even fucking said anything. Delilah touched the tree and was like, "Oh, I don't like this tree." And then I was like, "Me fucking neither," because my vision was literally like blackening, and I got off the tree immediately. Like it was just so overwhelmingly bad that I had to get off the tree. So I got off the tree. We left, and then I was like, I'm going to my old house. I don't even know how I remembered how to get to my old house because I was like young as fuck when I lived at that house, and I did kind of walk sometimes, but not that often. Like not as often as I had walked from my recent house, and I was like younger, so I really don't know how I knew exactly the fucking way to get there. But we walk, I just had a feeling. Like I start speed walking to my old house, and Delilah's like, "Okay," and just follows me because like, you know, we're not going to separate while we're literally on acid. Like, this was probably like the peak. Yeah. And so they start following me, and I'm speed walking, like speed walking. And we walk to my old house, and right in front of my old house is a party. And we're like 15 minutes away from the school, like out of the town from the school we go to. But across the street is a party. And it's a party. Okay, our school is called something else, but let's call it Oak, okay? So an Oak party was literally right directly across the street from my old house, and it was people that I knew in middle school who were having the party. But these people were mean as fuck to me in middle school, so it was like, whatever. So we didn't go into the party or anything like that, but we see this kid sitting on a car, and we're like, or Delilah goes, "That looks like Danny." This guy that we know. And he has such a comforting energy. Love Danny. And she's like, "That looks like Danny." And I'm like, "It does." And she's like, "That is Danny." And it's Danny. So we go up to Danny, and Danny's like, "What the fuck?" We're barefoot, okay? And he's smoking a joint with his friend, and it's Canute as fuck. But we take a few hits of the joint, and Danny's like, "I gotta go." And it was so weird because our feet literally took us to Danny. It was so fucking odd, but it just made the trip so much better. Like he was just such a comforting energy. Like it was just so nice to see him. So yeah, our feet literally took us to Danny, and the timing was crazy. Like I said, I was speed walking. The timing was crazy because he literally had to leave right after we got there. If I had been like probably like 2 minutes slower, then we literally would not have seen him. Crazy shit. To me, that's like crazy shit. Like our feet took us to Danny. Crazy fucking shit. So anyway, we're walking back because Danny's gone and we have no business being here. So we are walking back. And as we're walking back, we're talking, and we're having like crazy realizations about our life. Like we're just talking, and we're just like realizing things about our personal lives and like situations that we've been in, about change and just stuff like that. And we're just having these crazy realizations and talking about it. Like we're astounded at these observations. Like we have to take a moment and sit because we're like, what the fuck? Like it's taken us so long to realize these things, but like we do acid once and we just realize these things. Like that change is okay, and but it wasn't just like change is okay. Like it was just so much more profound than that. But I don't know how to describe. It's so hard to describe. So, yeah, that was crazy. So, we're talking about life like going fucking batshit. So, we're walking back home and all of a sudden, well, I've always been able to tell, like, kind of. I've always been very intuitive about people's mothers. Like, I can always tell when people have mommy issues, kind of. So we're like talking about it. I'm telling her about it. I'm like, your mom definitely got some mommy issues, like heavy mommy issues. Like, it's a key part of her. She's like, yeah, she does. And I don't know anything about her mom's family life, but I just had sensed it kind of before. And then now it was like obvious to me. It was obvious to me. And then we are passing like a Walmart and we wanted to go in the Walmart. I think we might have gone into the Walmart, but I honestly don't remember. We thought it was closed, but then we asked them and we were like, are y'all closed? And they were like, nah. I don't think we went in, but we were barefoot, so yeah. But we ended up sitting in the parking lot, and I like sat in a cart, and they like pushed me around. But I was like sitting in a cart, and we were just talking, and then this guy's like car passed us, and I was like, his mom is dead. Yeah, and they were like, yeah, his mama probably was dead. But anyway, um, and we're just talking in this parking lot, and then we walk back. We go sit at like the park across the street from my house for a little bit. I don't really remember what happened there. We go back, and then we're like talking about like our whole lives, like literal whole life story we talked about. I described to them my entire fucking family tree, and they wanted to hear. Like they were asking questions. I was going around my house and I was like pointing to shit, like to pictures on the wall, and I was like, this is this person, explaining all the drama going on. We went on Facebook and we looked at our families, and they told me some of their family drama too, but I like explained to them my whole ass like family fucking tree, okay? Like whole ass family tree. And like all the drama where acid makes you like not able to sleep. So we're like up all night in the house talking about this, like looking around my house at random things in my fucking house and having a ball. Then my friend Alex starts texting me because they're like concerned because they feel a little left out. And I'm texting them and I'm like confused. Like I'm not able to take in any of the information that they're texting me. Like it's an awful time for them to be texting me low key because like I'm peaking, or I wasn't peaking on acid, but I was very much still on acid and tripping out. And Delilah takes a shower in my shower and was like having a ball in my fucking shower. And I'm like sitting outside of the shower against my door, against my bathroom door. And I'm texting Alex and I'm like so fucking confused. And they're like kind of mad. And I'm like, I don't know what to do. Like I was so confused on what to do because I was on acid, but we ended up resolving it and it was fine. I'm trying to think like what happened after that, but I can't. But we were up all fucking night, of course, because acid makes you up all night. Um, and yeah, those were my experiences on acid pretty much. It was amazing. Both times were so euphoric for me. Very, very cool experiences that I'm very glad that I had. And the things that I learned from my realizations on acid. Oh, I also had realizations the first time about like childhood and friendship. And these realizations from the first trip about friendship and childhood and the second trip about change in life, I literally now apply to my everyday life. Acid literally completely changed my mindset in life. Like, changed. Honestly, like I'm confident saying that acid changed the trajectory of my life because acid just changed my mindset on so many things, opened my mind to so many new possibilities. Like I still apply those concepts that I learned to my everyday life and live my life that way. It's insane to me how much acid helped me. So, yeah, Hope you enjoyed listening to me talk about my experiences on LSD. And yeah, be sure if you use it, obviously, to stay safe and do your research and test your shit. Test your shit. I did not have an opportunity to test my shit, but um, both times I got it from people who are reliable. Like, so, you know, it's whatever. But if you can, test your shit, okay? And stay safe, do your research, etc., etc.